I'm gonna prove to you that Hailey is one of the best mobber characters there is. Just watch this video and then I will break down the statistics afterwards. Before we get into the build, let me explain why Hailey is one of the best mobbing picks right now. She's a chill base descendant with a naturally high base crit rate, and if you watch my content with Hailey before on my shorts, you see that Hailey pretty much one-shot 98%, if not 99, maybe 100% mobs in her raid. Hailey definitely qualifies in my pocket, in my pick, probably my go-to tune currently for mobbing. Her kit pretty much revolves around chill application and precision damage. That's pretty much how I move. With the right weapons, they put on a high amount of damage. Pair that with the right mods, and you've got a mobbing machine that clears rooms before other players even finish reloading. I've been doing it for the last couple of months. She's not just a one trick. I'm running 3 weapons on this build, but each for a different situation. Let me start with the core, the Descendant module. This is my mobbing build here right now, full hard. As you can see, I use long distance maneuvering. Sometimes I switch to mid-air. It depends on how I feel, if I really want to be like, you know, Spider-Man kind of thing. So my first mod, I'm gonna use chill specialist. People actually might not use, some people do, some people don't. Most people will use in this situation focus on chill due to the fact that you get the extra kill cooldown. I actually use chill specialist due to the fact that I wanted more power. The extra cooldown does come in clutch with Hailey because you get to spam her 1 and 4, sorry. However, like I said, I went to chill specialist because I wanted more power. I'm gonna explain why I sacrifice that little bit of kill cooldown a little bit. Frontlines give you more damage. As you know, Hailey is a crit base character. You should have on this regardless. Focus on singular. I just put this on because I need some of my cooldown here. Nimble fingers, you need that for more cooldown obviously, and you're gonna pair that with MP conversion to get extra cooldown. You should have these 2 by default if you want to stick and move that kind of faster, and if you're a skill player that actually use your skills 24/7, you definitely need at least 2 of these here to help you with amplification control. I went with this. I chose amplification control instead of maximize range. The reason why I chose that instead is because I'm a person that already don't like to decrease my skills that much, and with that negative 20%, I kind of not want to do it. You don't lose that much damage. I'm a little picky, I'm sorry, but you could always, if you want to, you could always switch that out with amplification control. I actually gain more shield with this. I lost a little bit of range though compared to the 94.4% to the 51.7% in range. More range the better. Emergency measures, we keep emergency measures because she's a great base character. As we know, I pair with skill concentration, skill expansion for more range. There you get more range there too. And last but not least, I actually have this ancestors mod, so I try to extend more crit damage with Hailey on this one. I don't have the best transcendent mods. The one that I was really using pretty much was this one, the skill crit hit damage with the singular skill or boost ratio. They're not the best rolls. I've not been getting that much good rolls per se with not much of my characters. However, I think this was the best one I had rolled, and I rolled out like 8 times. Not exactly what I wanted, but if I could have sacrificed the blue crit hit rate for damage, I probably would have run this instead of that one. But since this provided me a lot more crit hit damage damage, I just went with it, to be honest. So it all depends on what you get for your ancestors. I suggest that if you don't get a good roll on your ancestors, you could use this slot probably for increased HP, to be honest, or a HP mod to give you a little bit more survivability. Next thing we're gonna talk about trigger mods. 99% of the community is gonna run Power Beyond. It's not a bad thing. However, Power Beyond is gonna give you more damage. Damage is gonna help you clear mobs and rooms pretty quick. If you don't have at least a gold or purple, which you would try to get gold, go for it. I would not use Power Beyond personally if it is less than purple. If you get 2 purples, it's okay. You just gotta try to grind for the extra gold whenever it comes. Hopefully you get good RNG. However, my runner up, I use Gap in Time. Based on this, people kind of sleep on Gap in Time, but Gap in Time with 100% cooldown with Hailey, she slaps disrespectfully with this trigger mod. Get an extra 33% additional damage. However, the base 100% kill cooldown actually works, and it works tremendously. Give it a try. Trust me on that one. If you're tired of playing Power Beyond as the community normally does, I would suggest this to anybody. Gap in Time. Probably gonna lose a little bit of damage, but if you're somebody that want to keep up with the cooldowns as much, use Gap in Time. And if you also want to add more cooldown, you can always change out Chill Specialist with Focus on Chill to get the extra cooldown on it as well. But it will also cut your skill power, obviously. Next, we're gonna go to the reactors for Hailey. Selecting the best reactor for Hailey in the First Descendant could significantly enhance her abilities, allowing you to maximize her effectiveness in various scenarios. Only does the reactor determine your skill damage, but it also gives additional secondary benefit through the modifiers. They're often hard to get depending on where you're grinding, but with this build, you can see I chose a different kind of reactor, which is also enhanced mat, but again, I show you guys I took a different route. Most people have, and you may have it as well, cooldown and crit damage. I'm going with something different because I wanted to try it, and thus far it has not failed me, to be honest. As you can see, I fully maxed out enhanced my reactor, and I'm using Singular skill power boost ratio and Chill skill power boost ratio. Not a bad combination. As you can see, is with the Transcendent mod, I'm running Singular skills all around the board. Use my number 3 skill first, and then I can do anything else afterwards after that. And then you can see obviously the stats in laying right there. So how I play with Hailey, depending on how far or how close I am to the enemies, I use my 1 and 4, and then if I really want to get a little sticky, I hit the 2. As you know, she bring out this big hyper rifle, sniper rifle that I don't know where she got the strength to lift that shit from, but you know, it depends on how you want to play. How I play, I stick and move. Like I said, most people use the cooldown and crit damage, which is absolutely fine, but I try something different. You can try it if you want. Like I said, if you want to stay with damage and cooldown, less cooldown as possible, you can get that reactor. Bear in mind that she's a Singular. Again, I should say, depend on your playing style, the skills that you use the most. Find the reactor that cooperates with the skills that you use. Next, we're gonna do the external components. I'm running the Polar Knight set. For the map, you should augment these to have max HP and max defense. Also, you're gonna need MP recovery out of combat for the auxiliary, MP recovery in combat with the sensor, MP recovery modifier for the memory. I want to say you could use anything for the shield, but you know, I try to max out her for survivability as much as I can. So max shield and shield recovery modifiers, that's a plus for me. But you should have max HP and defense. If you don't have this Polar Knight set and you want another set to run, you could always run the Slayer set. But in this situation, you can't go wrong with a Slayer set. You really can't go wrong. You get extra skill power, skill cost is a little less. You know what I mean? You get extra general rounds. You can't go wrong this. But I would suggest this if you don't have the Polar Knight set. Next thing now, we're gonna run to the guns. This is where the meat and the potatoes is that's helping Hailey flat as much as she can. If I'm mobbing, I run with the Thunder Cage. Yes, I know everybody run with the Thunder Cage. I can't see nobody else not using this gun. This gun actually helps you clear rooms just as quick if your skills on cooldown and you wanna, you know, electrify people, put them in a grave. This is gonna help you. My stats on the Thunder Cage, you think they look great, they're not the best this because I have this one purple roll that I have to get away from. RNG has not been on my side recently, but I will get that gold firearm critical hit rate. However, these are the stats if you want to clean them. However, this is the build that I am running on my Thunder Cage. Not gonna get too far into statistics with this. If you have a stronger Thunder Cage than mine, that's pretty much fair, but this is what I'm currently running on my Thunder Cage if I want to stick and move. Next weapon, we're gonna use the Albion Cavalry. I only recently started to use this weapon on Hailey. I don't know why. Back in the days when launched, this was actually Ajax's gun, and the buffs and everything it got, it seems to be pretty slapping depending on how you set it up, to be quite honest. I think this is a good all-rounder for Hailey, or if you're using Serena or any other characters, I think. But it's good to see the Albion Cavalry stepping up in these situations. What you would like to have on the Albion Cavalry is fire rate gold, chill attack gold, which I don't have none of my chill attacks gold yet. I'm still trying to get there, but these things can be very expensive and I gotta farm some augments unless I get some augments free, which I would love to have right now. You need a gold firearm critical hit damage. I haven't got there yet. In need of the augs, and you need an extra fire rate. The fire rate, I must say, I got lucky having a 20% fire rate. I don't know if Netson was watching me, but I'm blessed that they gave me that. When this gun shoot, the shoot so rapid. You understand? The fire rate that's helped boost this shit here is so massive. And then the other stats that you want pretty much firearm critical hit rate, gold, firearm critical hit damage. You could substitute additional Legion of Breach. You could take that off and probably get multi-hit damage. That's what I'm actually gonna aim for afterwards. I mean, I only have on Breach because I got lucky and I was actually surprised that I actually got it gold. So, and most of my farming times are in Action playing. So, you know, and then you need multi-hit chance, pretty much it. I suggest that you have all your guns maxed out. Last weapon, I rarely use it if I only use embossing. It's okay for mobbing, but you know, my playing style, based on my playing style, I use pretty much this, that, and then this worst case scenario. What you need on the FrostWatcher may not be the best, like I said, but it works for me. You know what I mean? Oh, I can't recall if I showed you my Albion Cavalry. So here's the Albion Cavalry. This is the stronger build I have. I currently trying to make another build, which I would probably make in another video after this. This is in the works. I have more to put on here. All right, back to the FrostWatcher. So this is pretty much one of Hailey's weapons. I think it is a mid weapon. I don't think it's all of that. I think it works for Hailey, to be quite honest. It really works, but like I said, go over your player style. I have on these is fire rate, gold, firearm attack, gold, chill attack, gold, because she's obviously a chill weapon, and the weapon is a chill weapon, as you can see under the DPS at the top. Fire rate, more fire rate the better. Then the base rolls, firearm crit hit rate, hit damage, chill attack, and firearm attack, fully maxed out. Don't be amused, I'm not a noob. I've been here since the game launched. Runner up for a weapon too for Hailey. You could also use the clairvoyance. It's more like a VSO weapon. You could also use clairvoyance. You can't go with clairvoyance. You can't go around with the Python, which was my favorite SMG back in the days. Blue Beetle is also another nasty gun, and the Peacemaker, and also the last dagger, which I don't have currently in inventory. Remember, Hailey is a crit descendant, so bring your best gun out if you want strong DPS and smoke these fools. You feel me? I'm gonna show you my Arche Tuning. This is my tree for Arche Tuning. I have two trees. This is the one for mobbing. As you can see, it went for a little bit more skill power, enhance MP, and up. I went for more cooldown because obviously you want to be sticking and moving when doing mobbing. I opened the Cerulean for the mutant cell here. As you can see, I use the chill cohesion, get a little bit more chill power, that, and extra trigger rate. On this side, I enhanced the weapon attack. Then I went for Malachite defense neutralization. This give me extra defense, kind of somewhat, if you want to call it that way, for resistance. Depending, I don't care whatever mob it is, I want a little extra resistance because I don't really run resistant mods or components per se, which I should start doing, but this is the tree that I currently have. I also have, gonna show you Inversion Reinforcement stats. That's why I have these stats. I went for extra cooldown because I love my cooldown. I don't see why nobody else would not choose this. Went for recovery. This one is a little tricky though, because it's like the others don't really help that much unless you want to add more weak point or certain things there. or if you're using the swords. And then I went for this one here for extra defense and max shield. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is my full build on Hailey. She does her damage. Give this setup a try if you're interested and want to be sticking and moving. I strongly believe Hailey is one of the best mobbers. For me personally, in my showcase right now, she is probably the best for me. For me currently, I don't know what she is for you, but this is my build. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm RicocheT, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.